Action is underway at our final table tonight at the 1250 guarantee black chip bounty freezeout we host every Sunday at South Plains Social Club. Looks like we will start with Christian under the gun. Jesus is in there. JJ's in there with a mystery. Ace Queen offsuit for OJ. Just makes the call. Mike Reed going to check the Queen 5. He's going to flop a 5. Currently in the lead. And they're going to check to the turn and to the river. The ace of hearts. Good for the nut flush. Great hand for OJ. All right. Looks like a call from Tesh. It's the raise from OJ up to 35. Christian's going to make the call. Queen 8 suited in the hearts. Ace of hearts for OJ again. They check around the flop. 9 of diamonds on the turn. Currently, the ace kicker with 7s is good for OJ. Oh, Tesh is going to bet 6. And it looks like OJ is going to lay it down, as is Christian. Nothing to hold on to. A little straight draw. Tesh is going to take it down. He had the king high flush draw, the straight draw, a whole lot, but he did not have a pair yet. Good aggression is going to earn him a decent little pot. King 10 for Tesh now. He'll make the call to 2,000. Chewy makes the call. King 3 of spades. A raise to 10,000. It's going to be a call from Chewy. Ace, 6, 6. 2 pair from Mike Reed on the flop. Check from Chewy. Now it's 20,000 to go. Likely a fold here from Chewy. There it is. King Jack for Chewy. Chewy makes the call. As will J2. Pocket Rockets for Jesus. Likely not going to make it to the flop so cheap. Seven on top. Raised to 9,000 total. Chewy, all in. For 16,000 chips. Of course, Jesus is making the call. King Jack at risk. Gonna need a little help for Chewy. King. He's going to need a little more help. Any king, any jack. No king, no jack to come. Ace is going to hold for Jesus. Great game tonight from Chewy. Eliminated in 7th place. Top 3 will be in the money tonight. Aside from any bounties earned along the way, optional $100 bounty on our Freezeout tournaments. Knock out anybody with one of those black plaques. It's easy as that, $100. It's going to be a call from Mike Reed. Ace, Jack of Hearts. J2's going to make the call. Call from Jesus and a check from Tesh, who's got a mystery hand. 8, 9, 3, 2 spades. Mike Reed on the spades draw. Up and down for Jesus. Mike Reed's going to bet his flush draw, and everybody else is going to get out of his way. No one wants to see if that up and down is going to make it there. Mike Reed, first act. Fold it over to Christian, who's got ace jack of clubs. It's a raise to 5,000. Tesh in the small blind. It's going to fold, as is OJ. Nothing to hold on to with the 5 deuce offsuit. No action for the ace jack. Christian gets an ace again, but not so pretty on the kicker. He's going to let it hit the muck. Another ace with a better kicker, the ace queen for J2. Ace 8 for Mike Reed. The raise to 6,000 is going to be quickly called. Ace 8 flops a pair, but ace queen flops top pair. Mike checks it over to JJ. Bet of 11,000. Mike Reed's going to show. Mike Reed's going to shove all in and a call. And no help. Ace Queen is going to hold. Mike Reed not at risk, luckily. But it is going to be a dent in the stack. A nice double up for JJ there. He was looking a little short when we started up the stream today. As the players trickle from the final table of our tournament to the cash table at the front of the house. Should be a pretty good game we get going tonight. Got some players on the way. Some players here, but still playing in the tournament. Jack 8 suited. It's going to be enough for Jesus to make the call. Ace 7. OJ's going to make the call. 10-7. Mike Reed sticks around in the small blind. And Christian's going to check his big blind and flop a pair of threes. They check to the turn. 4 of hearts, second heart out there. The 3 still good for Christian. Heads up to the river. King on the river. Changes nothing. They check it down. And Christian's 3 is going to be good for just about 20,000 chips. Call from Mike Reed, 10-7 suited. Looks like a check from JJ. And the bet of 5,000 on the flop from Mike Reed is going to induce a quick fold. Mike Reed on the flush draw. Again, he loves betting those flush draws tonight. Getting them paid. Can't blame him. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ace 7 of clubs for Tash. He's going to put a bet of 6,000 into the middle. He's going to fold over to J2. He's going to make the call with a suited king. And Jesus also with 2 diamonds. 10-5 of diamonds. We're going 3 ways to a flop. Jack, deuce, 6, rainbow. Just the deuce for JJ. They check it over to Tesh, who makes it 6. JJ's going to make the call. Jesus gets out of the way. It's going to be a bet from Tesh on the turn. That induces the fold from the better hand, the king deuce for bottom pair. Seeing Tesh kind of use that aggressive kind of play to take down those pots that he bet pre-flop and does not want to get all the way to the river on. It's been working pretty well for him, almost as well as those flush draws for Mike Reed. OJ sitting down just in time. He's going to look at Queen Jack under the gun. It's good enough to make a call. JJ is going to make the call, as is Jesus. And Tesh. 4 players to the flop, which is 5, 8, king, 2 hearts. $3,500 from OJ. And no one wants to play with him. He's going to turn over the bluff, show the table what he was working with. Some straight draws out there for him. Ace-6 of diamonds for Christian. He makes it 5,000 to go. Pocket 4s for JJ. Quickly calls. Flop is A6 queen, 2 pair for Christian. They check to the turn, a second 6 boat. They check to the river. Christian's got to find somewhere to get some value here. Bets 10,000 on the river. He says he has it, and he did. He's not going to show it though. Extra points. Being all mysterious at the poker table. It's part of the game. You gotta be creeping up on some blind changes. Soon to be 2,000, 4,000, or 25, 15-3 next hand. Raise to 12,000 from Tesh. He gets the fold. Ducks hit the muck. Great move there from Tesh. Not that he could know just how effective that would be against the pocket 2s. Jesus makes the call. Tesh makes the call. Call from Mike Reed and a check from Christian. 4 ways to the flop. 3, king, jack. Bet a 6,000 from Christian, who does not really catch anything on this flop. A call from Tesh, who currently has a mystery hand. They check it to the river. A second king out there. And the bet from Christian, or the perceived bet even, enough to make Tesh fold. Christian starting to grow that stack a little bit. Call from Jesus with the ace-10. just the big blind. 6-3 offsuit for J2. An ace on the flop for Jesus. They check it over to him. He's going to bet and take it down on the flop. No friction. King, queen for Mike Reed. He'll make the call. 6-3 suited for Christian. He's going to stick around. King 6 offsuit for J2 in the small blind. Whoa. It's going to be a raise from the big blind. Call from Mike Reed. That king, queen. And J2 is going to make the call as well. Ace, ace, queen. Trips for Jesus. 2 pair for Mike Reed. Looked like a bet of 15,000. Quick call from Jesus. 10 on the turn for a full house. And a king on the river. Now Jesus is betting 20,000. Mike Reed in trouble here. Especially with the king on the river. 2 pair. Kings and aces. But he'll get away from it. A good fold from Mike Reed. Much, much stronger than Queen Jack. Jack 10 suited. OJ is going to make the call. Jesus is sticking around. 5-4 and 6-3 for Tesh. In the big blind, he'll check. Queen, Jack, King. 2 hearts. They check it over to OJ. And his bet will be enough to take it down on the flop. Four, 3 suited for Christian. Makes the disciplined fold. Pocket 3s for Jesus. He'll stick around. And it's 6 deuce again, this time for Tesh. Suited in the diamonds. And a check with a check in the dark. Ace, deuce, 9, 2 spades out there. 4,000's the bet from OJ. Jesus with a pair of threes. He's going to make the call. Tesh gets out of the way. Heads up to the turn. The 8 of clubs. Pocket 3 still in the lead. They check to the river. And a second 8. Changes nothing. Looks like OJ is going to be betting, though. Looks like 9,000. It's a really hard call to make for Jesus with the pocket threes here. Oh, and he puts it down. A good bet on the river from OJ. And OJ shows him at least one card. Christian first act, and he's got red rockets. He's going to raise it to 7,000 from under the gun. King 10 suited right next to him is going to make the call. 8-5 suited is going to make the call for Jesus. In the small blind, OJ puts down 7-6 offsuit. But Mike Reed in the big blind will not be putting down 7-6 offsuit. I'm glad we got that one all the way to the flop. Very important. Deuce, Jack, 4 offsuit. Ace is, of course, still in the lead. A bet of 11,000 from Jesus. Christian's going to make the smooth call with his aces. A second jack means that Jesus is drawing dead. And another bet of 11,000. This would be a really sick fold if Christian were to put down the aces, afraid of a jack here. And Christian does fold. Uh-oh. What a bet from Jesus. Nightmare on 4th Street for Christian there. King 10 for Jesus. He'll stick around. Mike Reed makes a call, and Christian's going to check in the big blind with his 5-4 offsuit. 8-3 king, 2 spades out there. They check it over to Jesus. He's going to do 6,000 this time. Everybody quickly gets out of his way. Flopping top pair. Jesus will take it down. He's starting to build quite a stack. Jesus with King Jack this time. He makes the call, no surprise. Ace 4. It's a call from OJ. And a check from JJ in the big blind with 8-3 offsuit. Flop is Jack, Ace, 9, all spades. Second pair for Jesus, top pair for OJ. The nut flush draw for Jesus as well. Jesus bet 6,000 on the flop, and it looks like no one's going to stick around. He's going to continue his little reign of terror. Folds all the way around to JJ, who makes the call with Queen 3. It's going to be an all-in and a call from JJ. The Queen 3 of clubs up against the pocket 7s. A 3 and a club. The club draw is dead, and a 7 on the river for, some would say, good measure. Great game from JJ tonight. Eliminated in 6th place. Inching closer and closer to the bubble. Mike Reed now, our player looking to make a move. Queen, Jack, suited in the diamonds. Not too savvy. That's a raise to 6 from OJ. And a snap all in for 27,000. Ace 8 suited for Mike Reed. OJ is going to lay it down. Good move there from Mike Reed. Makes about 50% of his starting stack that hand back. Christian's going to raise it up to 7,000 with Ace 5 of hearts. Looks like a call from Tesh here with Queen 9. Queen Jack for OJ. He's going to stick around. Going 3 ways to a flop. Suited Ace currently in the lead for Christian. Ace, 10, King. Queen Jack flops the straight. They check to the turn. A check from Tesh. Check from the man who flopped the nuts. Uh-oh, Christian is now betting into the straight. A call from Tesh, who's got some straight outs himself. Super connected board. A raise to 25,000 from OJ. The one thing OJ does not want to see, club on the river. Be pretty nasty, but he won't have to worry about it because they're going to fold to him on the turn. The check raise, very effective and earning him some extra chips. Sounds like we're on the verge of another blind increase. It's going to be a call from Mike Reed with Queen Jack of diamonds. Christian's going to check with 9 deuce of diamonds. Ace, 4, 3, 1 diamond out there. They check it to the turn. Second diamond, they check it to the river. It's a 9. They check it down, and Christian's 9 is good. Would have been very, very ugly had a third diamond made its way on the river. Or a 5. A 5 would be pretty sick, but it's not like there was a whole lot of betting going on to induce any sort of rough call. No big loss to folding on the river there. King Queen for OJ. He makes the call. Looks like Jesus is going to check in the big blind. He checks it over to OJ on the flop. And the bet is good. Nothing for Jesus to hang on to there with the 4-3 offsuit. Now the table up to 2,000, 4,000. Ace, deuce, all in for Christian here. Total of 26,500 chips. Jesus gets out the way. Tesh gets out the way. Everybody folds. No action for the ace deuce. Really, nothing better than taking down the blinds with the baby ace like that. Give you a few more chips to make that double up just that much more sweet when it finally does come around. It's going to be a call from Jesus with the 6-5 offsuit. King deuce, good enough for Tesh. And a check from OJ in the big blind with the Jack 6 offsuit. Ace 7 8 2 spades. Up and down for Jesus on the flop. He'll bet the minimum and find no callers. Been a lot of betting the draw all around the table tonight. Couple of diamonds, but nothing of substance for Christian to look down at. Couple of diamonds for Jesus, a little bit more substance. 5-4 of diamonds. He makes the call. Sadly, his deuce is already in the muck. 5-3 is going to make the call, and 6-4 in the big blind, of course, is going to check. Very interesting set of hands. Queen 10 deuce. They check to the turn. The king of diamonds. The bet will take it down on the turn. Betting the draw once again. Jesus, 2 hands in a row. Three deuce offsuit. Ace queen. The aggression is gonna buy Mike Reed a little bit more time with those chips he has. Looks like he's got just about 30,000 in front of him. Ace 5, good enough for OJ to make the call. All in from Christian with the Cowboys. Jesus gets away from it. And OJ is going to get away from it as well. Twice in a row now that Christian has not been able to find action. You hope those times that you shove with ace deuce, the reason you get called when you have kings, but it does not always work out that way. Jack 7 suited for OJ. Looks like he wants to see a flop. Suited king for Jesus. King 5 of diamonds. He'll see a flop as well. And king 10 for Tash. And Tash raises it up to 12,000. It's a quick call from OJ. And Jesus sticks around as well. Going 3 ways to a flop. 36,000 chips in the middle already. 3-7-8 rainbow. OJ takes the lead. Check from Jesus. Tash now. 23. Uh-oh. See how OJ feels about his pair of sevens. He gets away from him. And Jesus has nothing to hold on to, so he will put down the king 5. King 10 takes it down on the flop. How many times tonight have I said that Tesh is making good aggressive moves, earning himself pots in places where he does not have the goods. Queen Jack suited for Christian. Just the raise to 10,000. Opts not to shove this time. Ace 6 suited for Tash. Quick call. Diamonds versus hearts. Heads up to the flop. They each catch one card. They're going to check to the turn. Ace high, now looking like a strong lead. And the bet from Tash will be good to take it down. Christian looking for a heart on that turn. Tash looking for a diamond. Technically, Tash had some other straight outs with some low cards there, but mostly the ace or the diamond. King queen this time for Christian. He's not going to risk all that garbage about having to make decisions post flop. This time he will be all in pre-flop for 26,500 chips. No caller in Tesh this time. No caller around the table. Four, ace, ace, two clubs. Christian on the clubs draw. He's going to induce a fold from Mike Reed. Earned himself a couple of those chips back. Mike and Christian both in a rough spot for chips right now. They can't find somewhere to make a move. They might be stuck on the bubble. Give me a call from Tesh, the suited ace. Just Jesus to act. Big blind with the diamonds as well. Uh-oh. Jesus will be first to act. The flop is deuce, jack, 9, rainbow. He checks it over to Tesh. Just a bet of 7,000 will do. Looks like a call from OJ with the queen 10 offsuit. All in from Mike Reed. He's got big slick. 28.5 total for Mike Reed. Jesus has got pocket fives. He's going to make the call. Jack 10 suited for Tesh. Whoa. A little bit of action here. Already 4,000 in the middle. It looks like Tesh is going to stick around as well. Looks like OJ folds his queen 10. Just means that Tesh is more live. Jack 3, 5. They check to the turn. 6 of hearts on the turn. A bet of 20 from Jesus and a snap call from Tesh. 5s full of jacks for Jesus. I completely missed his set on the flop. Whoa. He's all in for over 100,000 in chips. And Tesh has 3 jacks. Just about the only hands that Tesh has to worry here. Pocket 5s, pocket 3s, pocket 6s. There's 1 jack remaining in the deck. But the chance that the opposing player has that case jack and a better kicker is very low. But a real nightmare river here for Tesh. Looks like Tesh did make the fold. Truly a little bit of a remarkable fold there with the trip jacks on the river. What a hand for Jesus, rivering the 5s full of jacks. Four players remaining. We are on the bubble. Looks like a call from Jesus with the king 6 suited and 10-6 suited. Tesh is going to stick around. In the big blind, 7-4 offsuit for OJ. He's going to catch a 7. No jack around the table, so 7 will be good. They checked the turn. The 8 kind of rough, and 9 now straight for Tesh. They check. It's the ace of spades. They check it down. The 7 is going to be good for OJ. Gut shot indeed for Tesh. Chasing that 9. This time it'll be Jesus first to act. 7-8 offsuit. OJ's going to make the call with ace-9. 7-5 suited for Christian in the big blind. He'll be looking for a special. Deuce, 3, king, 2 spades. They check to the turn. The 5 now in the lead for Christian. The 8 means that Christian's going to run out clean. Pick him up a little pot there. Mostly just protecting his big blind as the short stack at the table. Looks like a call from OJ with the king 3 offsuit. And queen jack. OJ is going to fold to 10,000 on top from the queen jack of spades for Jesus. Jesus is really starting to run away with it seems. If the numbers are right, over 200,000 in chips. In 55 seconds, most likely next hand, we will see the raise up to 3,000, 6,000. Not quite as many chips on the table for our Sunday night freeze-out as there are in our Wednesday and Friday night free rolls for our WSOP series, which is starting back up on Wednesday, of course, with the second split. It's going to be a call from Jesus with the clubs. Tash sticks around with the queen rag. Ace 6-6. A bet of 10,000 from Tash. This is a good place to find the bluff. Very quickly receives the folds he is looking for. You heard the man. Up to 3,000, 6,000. Christian first to act. Not much to look down at. Pocket 6s for Jesus, though. Not a bad starting hand. Looks like a call. 9-7 suited for Tesh. He'll stick around. Queen 4 this time for OJ in the big blind. He's just gonna check. Going 3 ways to a flop. Pocket 6 is in the lead. Ooh. 9-7 needs a 6 for a straight, but currently in the lead with a pair of 9s. It's a bet from Jesus and a quick call from Tesh. Now he's on the flush draw as well. They check to the river. And the 8 means that Tesh is going to be good here. Pair of 9s with a pair of 8s. They check down the river. So Jesus is not going to have to pay any extra to see if his pair of 6s were good. Christian, short stack in the big blind. Another difference between our freeze out and our Wednesday and Friday night free rolls. No ante in the Sunday night game. Far more manageable, of course, less chips on the table, so don't have as many chips to get up to those nosebleed stakes we see on Wednesday and Friday night, but you still see some pretty Incredible climbs. 9-7 suited again for Tesh. Same suit even. Looked like it was a raise from Tesh and a fold from Christian with the King 7 offsuit. Ironically, he had Tesh pretty dominated there. Tesh would be chasing the 9 2 hands in a row. Ace 8 for OJ. He's going to make the call. Looks like a fold in this small blind for Christian. The flop was deuce, deuce, 3. 2 pair for Jesus on the flop. He bets 12,000. And OJ's gonna get away from it. OJ's stack looking a little shorter than we have listed here. So he's probably got about half of the 70,000 we put him at. Christian also in dire straits. OJ will be first to act his hand. Ace 5. All in from Christian. He's got the pocket 8s. A favorite of his, no doubt. Christian might be just barely covered here by OJ. Ace 5. I think we've seen him have to put that down a couple of times. They ask him if he's got 4s. Another one of his favorites. He was a little bit stronger than the pocket 4s this time, though. Tesh with a mystery hand. A raise and a fold, 10-5 offsuit for OJ. Nothing to see a flop with. Two short stacks at the table. It could be anybody's money here tonight. Tesh and Jesus in a pretty decisive lead, most likely to find their way into a cash. Especially when they look down at Big Slick. Just the call. The Ace King. Ace 10 for Tesh. He raises it up. 12,000 to go. Queen 10 hits the muck for Christian. And an all-in snap fold from the ace-10. And good thing, too, it would have been trouble if Tesh would have found a hero call with the ace-10 there. He would have been needing some of the good luck we're seeing come from chat. Ladies for Tesh now. Under the gun, too. What a position. Raised to 18,000 from Tesh. Ace Jack suited for Christian. He's pretty much always going to be all in here. Super quick call from Tesh. A jack out there. He'll need an ace or a jack. And none to come. Great game from Christian tonight. He'll be eliminated in 4th place. And a big congrats to our remaining players who have found their way into the money. All in from OJ. And it looks like he's not going to find any action. Tons of diamonds around the table. Ace Jack suited. Probably not the best feeling to shove all in with that right after the series of events we've just seen. But OJ, lucky enough to find some folders. Jack 7 for 2 of our players. And 6 deuce for the 3rd. Ace, 3, 10, 2 hearts. A min bet from Tesh. And OJ is going to put down the 6 deuce.
Side of the table was the lucky side.
Yeah.
Tesh has a mystery hand. He's going to want to see a raise up to 12,000. OJ now, under the gun. Makes the call to 6. Or puts out his small blind, most likely. Tesh is going to take the remainder of the blinds there. Looks like Tesh makes the call. OJ makes the call. And a check from Jesus. Queen 9 for Tesh, 9-8 for Jesus, and King 3 for OJ. All three of us find our way to flop, and a gut shot for OJ. They check to the turn. Ace. Looks like it is OJ that actually is going to bet. And no one's going to find a call up against him. Great bet there from OJ. Keeping himself alive a little bit longer. 5 minutes remaining at 3,000, 6,000. 28,000 is the current bet. OJ, ace 6 mystery hand for Tesh. Whatever it is, he seems to really want to make this call. He gets away from it, whatever it was. Another good bet there from OJ.
He's got it 3 times. Twice for sure, huh?
And it looks like a walk. A walk to the short stack. What a gift from the 2 big stacks at the table. What a gift from Faith the dealer to OJ. Make sure that nobody has anything they can make the call with. OJ sounds like he checks in the dark. Ace, 3 deuce. He's got a mystery hand. Oh, I don't know if he even looked yet. They check to the turn. Unless Jesus catches a 7, he is in a lot of trouble. They check to the river. A second 8 is no good. Queen Jack is going to be good. Pair of 8s with the ace, queen, jack kickers. OJ first to act here. Looks like a call. Family pot. Maybe more of a company pot with just the three of them. 6, 10, 7. Pair for Jesus. Pair for Tesh. Tesh bets 6,000. OJ gets away from it pretty quickly. But Jesus, with that bottom pair, is going to stick around. He'll need to find a way to improve or get away. Save him some money. A 5 gives him some outs. It's going to be bet a 6 again and a call. The 8. It's a straight for Jesus. What a river. This time it's a bet of 6 from Jesus. Pair of 7s just doesn't feel so good anymore. And another good fold from Tesh. He's been playing an incredible game tonight. His fold earlier with trip jacks up against the 5s full of jacks. Incredible. Looks like they're going to ensure one final hand at 3,000, 6,000 before they make it 4 and 8. $10-3 for Jesus. Maybe if Christian had it. 10 deuce for Tash. He's going to raise up to 12, facing the short stack, putting some pressure on him. Jack 9 for OJ. He's just going to make the call. OJ in a decisive lead here. Let's see how Tash uses that aggression we've been seeing all night. 6, 7, 8. OJ's got the 9. He's up and down. Gut shot. And it's a snap call. Or a snap all in, rather, from OJ. Looks like he's reaching for the chips to make the call. 10 deuce is going to need some help. 9 would give Tesh the straight. He could catch a 10. He could not catch a 10. It would be the straight. He needs the duck. Duck on the river for Tesh. What a run out. A 6-6 Fifth Street for OJ, who played a great game tonight. Took just so long for them to finally take OJ down. He will earn himself 3rd place. No points tonight. Tesh, not a bounty player, means all the bounties are going to go to over to Jesus. He's going to earn 500 on top of whatever they come to a deal. $600 for Jesus and bounties.
Well,
A little bit of the background for those that don't play a whole lot of tournament poker, don't watch a whole lot of tournament poker. Very commonly, these tournaments come down to a deal which the players agree to some sort of split. Looks like they have reached their deal. 600 to Tesh. Congratulations. A great game from him tonight. I believe the rest of the chop plus all of the bounties to Jesus, who took a very commanding lead earlier in our tournament tonight. But with that being said, there's no more poker to be played this Sunday. We will be back for sure on Wednesday with the first tournament of our WSOP Series Split B. Our Wednesday and Friday's free rolls will be having all of the point tallies wiped so that we can have a second half to our WSOP event series where we're going to send someone to the largest poker tournament in the world. Thank you everybody for watching. We'll see you Wednesday.